Okay, so I thought I'd make a video of something that's like I've never shown on the channel before, something that's not really in my wheelhouse, but it's really interesting nonetheless. My partner is out of town visiting her mom, and so I am watching her Mesemb collection. So this is Lithops, mainly Lithops, but also a lot of Conophytum, Dinteranthus, Pleiospilos, and the various other South African succulent plants, the Mesembs they're called. They're like the most extreme form of a succulent. They grow where there's almost no rainfall on the extreme dry desert, and so they have pretty unique adaptations to survive such an environment. You can see they're very, very small, they grow very low to the ground, and the majority of the plant generally is underground, though with a lot of them they'll kind of grow on the surface. But like Lithops, in cultivation people tend to have them much higher up, like this set here, but they are often like, that's in my opinion, like a realistic looking set. Like they're usually buried pretty low in the ground to conserve, to make sure they don't overheat. So the vast majority of this collection is Lithops, but she also has quite a bit of Conophytum. I don't know the species of any of these. Pretty proud of myself for knowing the genre of all of these various little, like, I know these are all Conophytum here. That's a Lithops. This little, yeah, green butt looking thing, that is, I believe, a Dinteranthus. I think these are Lithops in the shoes, I'm not positive. This is a Pleiospilos back here. I don't know, that's a Conophytum, as I recall. That's new, she just got that. As that's a Conophytum. You know, maybe that's not a Conophytum, I don't know. But I know that's a Conophytum, and I think she said this one was, but it sure doesn't look like it. Just more Conophytum. She's got a Haworthia, one little Haworthia, just because it's cool looking. So yeah, these guys really hate water. Well, you know, they need it as much as anything else, but the quickest way to kill them is by overwatering them. So you can see we keep them in pretty much bone-dry turfus, especially because the humidity in Florida is so high. It's at like, you know, these things are only so accurate, but it's like at 74% humidity in my house, and it's 72 degrees, so like that's pretty freaking high for inside someone's house. So for plants from the desert where it's like usually 0% humidity and also no rainfall, or, you know, like a centimeter or two of rainfall a year, they really don't like it wet. So every now and then she'll water them by adding a literal eyedropper, you know, a couple drops of water next to each individual plant, and that's how she tends to water them, because they really, there's actually at least one Facebook group devoted to growing Lithops in tropical regions because it is so much harder to grow them in areas where it's humid. You can see we've got these under grow lights, and other than that, they're doing quite well. She is, you know, we both have green thumbs, so these are thriving just as much as I would expect them to under her care. Again, I'm not personally into them as much. They're really cool. They just don't speak to me the way, you know, like the heliumphora and the bromeliads do. But she is really, really into these. These are all, pretty much every single one of these, except for literally maybe one or two. These are all imported from overseas. I know there's a big issue with wild collected Conophytum and wild collected Mesembs in general, poached Mesembs. But these are pretty clearly, like, you don't find these types of cultivars in nature as much. They tend to be like, these are pretty, again, I don't know any of them, but she knows all of them, all the different cultivar names and hybrid names and stuff. So like, again, I can't say for certain, but I don't think you're going to find that purple one growing in the wild, right? I'm pretty sure that wasn't a poached plant. I don't think any of these were poached plants, but I do know it is quite a problem, especially from overseas buyers. So she actually forged a connection with a grower in, I believe, Thailand, and over a few months she, you know, worked with this lady, and this lady has shown her all the plants, all the processes growing from seed. So she's about as confident as one can be that, you know, these are legitimately seed-grown plants, and so they're really, really pretty and way nicer than anything available stateside. So that's the Lithops. My camera seems to be messing up a little here, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video.